Beautiful day, beautiful soul. And welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness. To roll. Oh, yeah. Coming to you live from Las Vegas, I go by Melinda NailFanatic. And I'm back to deliver your latest Timeless Collective channeled reading from the download series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers. You can find my facts on the website located in the title of this live, raw, real, unfiltered, unedited, uncut, unscripted, deprogrammed, sugar-free broadcast. Because the only thing we're sugarcoating around here is these nails. And for those of you ready to get your nails sugar-coated by me, you can see me here in Vegas, or shoot, you can fly me to where you're at. That works too. Either way, I'm so happy and grateful that you're here today. So we got a couple of cards to start us out. We have Spark, and it's inside of a circle. And this is Prince's drawing, and he put his name on it. The spark. Did you put your name on a spark? Something sparked, and you put your name all over it? Your name. What is your name? It's quite identifying. You know, there's a reason why I say I go by Melinda NailFanatic instead of I am Melinda NailFanatic. Funny thing is, I don't even identify with my name so intensely. Like, yes, your name is important. I get that. And I'm not downgrading my name in any way. But I'm so much more than just a name. So something about that is coming out, right? And we'll discover some more. But there's something here about how you identify the spark. And you know what? This picture of this spark inside of this circle that I can't even really give a name to is more better identifying, because I'm an energy. I hear I'm an energy. So we'll see what else comes out. Dominant energy on Earth today. We have the Hierophant showing up to say, where is your faith? Where is your faith? And I heard, what are you? Where are you? Who are you? What are you? Okay. The Hierophant for me talks about major life lessons. Okay. The things that Spirit brings to us so we can attain levels of mastery in ourself and our self-identification and the revealing of our authentic divine nature. It always deals about matters of spirituality for me. And that's one reason why it's linked with marriage, because it is the wedding officiant. So there's a wedding officiant here, some commitments and soul contracts. Talks about that here. The Hierophant traditionally, too, talks about higher education like college and university. It also talks about big finances and corporations and big industries and stuff like that. So we'll see what's coming out today. I decided that we're going to use the Sacred Traveler Oracle for our main deck to work with today. We'll work with the Oracle, and then, you know, I always add in multiple decks. So thankful and grateful that I get to be here to do this again. And you know, I do what I do because I love myself and I love you too. But when I started, they were like, with the cards, I said, so what happens from me reading these cards? And the card came out was love. And then it's like, what happens if I share these readings? And the card was there, the sea of love. And I'll always remember that. And I know that that's what's happening here. What happens with me as I read these cards is I get more in tune in the vibration of love. I understand the mechanics of it for myself and the world around me. And then, you know, there is a sea of love because sharing what I learn with you who are on this journey with me, you know, you all have expressed and how you're also benefiting from these messages. So everything that is said and everything that happens is with reason and purpose. Some of it we overlook so easily. But there are lessons here. One of the major keywords for the Hierophant is teacher. Okay, so somebody here is a teacher and somebody is a student. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and when the teacher is ready, the student will appear. I hear it goes both ways. Okay, Hierophant is also Taurian energy. Taurian energy. So it's like fixed earth. Make it real. Make it solid and stable in your world. Okay, I'm getting that. So something is being sparked within us. Okay, at this point, there's a main point of focus. I'm getting a main point of focus. It's a spark. Okay, and it's like, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with that spark? Okay, and this is also showing me how Spirit will inspire something inside of us. And then it's up to us to see and determine, how we follow that spark. Okay, it's happening all the time. I hear it's always happening. Spirit is constantly inspiring us with something, and it stays on. I'm hearing it stays on our heart until we accept it, reject it, whatever our response is to it. Interesting. So I'm hearing the acknowledgement that sometimes it's accepted and sometimes it's rejected. Okay, and then I'm seeing inside of one of the card boxes I have. It's actually, I wonder if it's in here. Yeah, it's to this deck. Inside of this deck, the archetype, well-known archetypes. The box, it says accept all, reject none. Because there is no truly there is no separation. The idea that we are separate is not necessarily. It's a very limited perspective, I hear. Yeah, thank you. Because I didn't want to say what it wasn't. I wanted to say what it was. So there's something here in that too. Say what it is, not what it isn't. Okay, say what it is, not what it isn't. Okay, and what it is a very limited perspective that puts a lot of periods when you, when we reject. Whereas being accepting, does that mean you have to keep everything just because you accept it? Not necessarily. Accepting of things, being more inclusive, connects us more with our universe. Okay, accepting this is that. Okay, and some aspect of me is in that. Okay, at the very least, you can look at it scientifically and understand that all things in the material world look the same when you get down to the molecular level, because it's all atoms. It's all atoms. We're all made of the same thing. Okay, it's the same energy. So it says, though this one large mass of atoms is in this area defined as one body, and in that area defined as another, as one material substance and another. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see where all this is going, because right now this spark card is looking like an atom, and the way the word spark is written giant inside of it, I'm not seeing the proton, the neutron, and the electron. I am seeing the energy that keeps them floating in their perfect rotation so that there is not an atom bomb. Okay, so that it can continue to be in flow. And that divine connective energy is within all of us. And that's what I think, that's what I perceived God to be. The energy that is in all. Okay, that's what spirit is to me. Okay, that's what the energy is to me. All right, so there's a lot of different ways we can define this. Which vernacular do you choose to use? Okay, you all speak different languages, but we're here looking at unification, bringing together under the blanket of wisdom and knowledge. This Hierophant has always two pupils attending to him, okay, out of respect for his spiritual position. So, and in this card, I'm seeing something that I've never seen before, and it is, that the physical world is always subject to the spiritual world. The spiritual world is not always subject to the physical world. However, the reason being is that all things in the physical world find their core in spiritual. There is no physical without spiritual, but there can be spiritual without physical. So understand that, okay? Somebody out there, you're poor because you don't think it's spiritual to be rich. Somebody doesn't think it's spiritual to be rich. And we say, but everything in the material world is spiritual at its core. There is nothing in the material world that you could look at, have, or feel or touch or taste or see that is not also spiritual. Okay. There's somebody here who has not been involved with other people because, it's not on my spiritual path. Okay, we're not judging that. We're not saying that that might not be true for you. However, all things in the physical world are spiritual in their nature. Okay, let's get into these cards. There's a little bit of what wanted to come out today. Shout out to Eliza, our first commenter for the session. I see Andrea and Janine Chahib in the house. All right, let's see what we have here today. What's the message, Luster Scott? What's the message you got for us? Sky Daddy, what you want to talk about today through these vocal cords I offer? Okay. Traveling lightly. Simplify your life. Honey, there's a garbage can. What do you need to leave there? There is a garbage can. What needs to be dumped off? Good shout out to the folks on the Wisdom app as well. For those of you who like to listen to it as a podcast, so thankful and grateful for you as well. And there's some from the Wisdom app that just love to send love donations, and I'm so grateful for that. Every donation counts, and I definitely use it to keep this energy flowing here. All right, so simplify your life. I hear the engine roaring outside. Somebody's loud ass engine is roaring by. Your engine is loud. You're roaring and ready to go, honey. You're making some noise. Are you making some noise while you slam dunk something into the garbage? You're like, that's trash. It feels like shit. So it must be. So let me flush it. Yeah. Okay. Traveling lightly. Simplify your life. I'm hearing with this card too. I'm hearing, you realize that you've been caring so much about everybody else's feelings that was never your responsibility. It was your responsibility not to be obtrusive to their feelings. In other words, not to intentionally cause upset or discord, but just to allow them to feel how they feel, okay? And either accept them or reject them. And then, of course, the statement we said in the beginning, accept all, reject none. Okay, it comes up again. So you accept or reject. However, you don't accept or reject the energy. Their energy is the way it is. You accept the energy the way that it is. You accept their energy the way that it is. You just decide whether or not you're going to carry it forward with you. See, his knapsack is small. He's got a oh no, that's a banjo on his back. I saw a backpack. He's got a banjo on his back. He doesn't even have a bag. Anyways, the point is, we're going to pretend that banjo is a backpack because that's what I saw with my spiritual eyes. It took re-looking at it with my physical eyes. But he can only carry so much. He can only carry so much, whether he's carrying it in his hands, his pockets, or a backpack. Doesn't matter. He can only carry so much. He's going on a journey. Just like you. When you're going somewhere, you can only take so much with you, honey. You could get a big ass U-Haul and you still can only take so much with you. Like you can only take so much with you. I said, I heard the flow assist. She says, you can't take everybody with you, but they'll be better off for having known you. You can't take everyone with you, but they'll be better off for having known you. Everything is not meant to go forever. I met some beautiful women last night, and we were having a lot of conversation. And if you met me in the physical world, you'd find that I'm not so different in the physical world as what I am here on this channel. My mind is focused on spiritual things, and I'm looking at the physical world, and I can enjoy it, but I always go back to physical things. So the conversation came up about emotional guidance system. And one of the things that I was guided to talk about was, sometimes you meet some person and you feel such a huge spark of attraction and, oh my God, is that my person? Is this the one? Well, what we've learned through our spiritual training is that that feeling is a spark of life lessons to be delivered in a connection. It doesn't necessarily mean that that person is going to go forward with us. And do you know how important that understanding has become? Because when you understand that sometimes that spark that you feel of love that makes you crave somebody's attention, somebody's time, somebody's focus so intensely, You think that it is because this is somebody you're supposed to be intimate with, or that you will be intimate with, or that you're going to have, this is my soulmate, this is my twin flame, stuff like that with. But in reality, these will be some of the most powerful, profound revealings of life lessons. Quite often, they will show us what we need to discard into the rubbish bin. Who says rubbish bin? Somebody says rubbish bin. I say into the garbage or the trash can. That's how I talk. Somebody says the rubbish bin. If you say rubbish bin, we still haven't downloaded what the points are about, but I heard 100 points for you. To all who say rubbish bin. Anyways, one of these days we'll know what the point system is about, because every random moment they'll throw out these points. So let's see what else we have. We've got the traveling lightly energy. I want to pull now from the Prism Oracle. Let's see, what else do we have for the download today? So we see that connections that feel a spark are there for our own growth, expansion, awareness, becoming aware. We spoke last night in our discussion about becoming aware of new understanding of different perspectives, of different facets of experiences, and what that does for us. Yeah. And what that does for us. Yeah. As you become more aware of something that, the way I said it when I said it myself was, that was more true, I will get rid of any lies that I thought were truth before. The truth will replace the lies in me. I hear, is that everybody's choice? No, everybody doesn't make that choice. Some people choose to try to harness that lie and nurture that lie and build on that lie. Some people know so much truth and yet continue to support lies. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about doing here today. Today we're talking about there's a spark. There's a spark that reveals more truth. Okay, is this about our spirituality? Is this about our belief system? Is this about this is about anything? I'm hearing this is about anything that has a major effect on your perspective in life, or your belief system, your faith, as the religious community will call it, your faith. Okay. So and then what was it, yesterday's reading where it came out, if you know better, you'll do better, right? With more awareness comes more empowered choices. With more awareness, you do something differently. As there's more awareness, you know what to discard and what to move forward with. Okay, so let's see what we have from the Prism Oracle. Thank you for adding to our download today. What's the message, Sky Daddy? What's the message? Okay, there we go. And it says creativity. Now, interestingly enough, this creativity card, it feels like the spark, doesn't it? I mean, can you see that energy there? It feels like the spark with this creativity card. So that's interesting to me. Oh, and I'm hearing, as you simplify your life to move ahead into creativity. Yeah, I'm hearing that. And it's like, so the choices you make to simplify your life, to support what you want to build your life to be. Is that the, yes, that's what I'm hearing. To support what you would like to build your life to be. I heard it's an ongoing process. It's not something that really ever ends. I heard be at peace with that fact. Be at peace with the fact that you're never going to get tired and you'll never be done. That even as you've achieved one thing, you'll find something else that you want. This is natural. This is normal. This is how it is on earth. This is how it is on earth. Yes. So we have the Hierophant here again. What are you committed to? I hear the question coming out. What are you committed to? What is it that you are committed to? So many of us, I hear, are committed to another person. Committed to another person. In that energy, I'm seeing somewhere here was like, okay, maybe I don't need to be so committed to that person because I'm starting to see things differently now. Why? Because something has sparked something. Some of us are committed to a certain path in life. And I hear in anywhere where that, life purpose energy coming through super strong right now, right? So we're committed to a life purpose, committed to a path. And it's like anything that doesn't allow that. See, him right now, the life purpose is looking like the banjo on his back. He's got his banjo. Yeah, and that feels like life purpose. So for him, his life purpose could be go and sing these ballads, sing these songs, because it's part of his purpose, right? However, that's what he's taking, okay? And he's going to create something with that purpose, with that one thing that's most important, that he won't take anything else but what he can carry, and that's what he can carry, and that's what he's taking with him. So there's something here about you have an important purpose. This is something you carry with you everywhere. You will never leave it behind. This is like when I go out and I've got a box of mini pocket-sized cards in my pocket. Yeah, this is a common occurrence in my world. This is like where I was out for a while last night and I thought to myself, damn, I forgot to put my box of cards in my pocket. That's okay. I thought to myself, if I needed to do a reading, I could still do a reading. I wouldn't need the cards. This is like that skill, that purpose, that ability, that talent. It goes everywhere with you into everything that you do. Likewise, I'm also hearing that spark of energy that keeps those electrons, protons, and neutrons flowing in their perfect flow, goes everywhere with you. You cannot remove yourself from that. I heard and still live. You cannot remove yourself from that and still live. Okay. And that was some yummy ass coffee, you guys. OMG. Let's get something from the Akashic Tarot and see what wants to come out for us from here. Okay. So creativity. And I hear, so the creative spark is given to you. You get this epiphany, this great idea. Oh my God, that's a great idea. I should totally do that. But where is your faith in moving towards it? Where's your faith in going towards that creative idea? Where's your faith in moving towards it? Okay, and what did you think it was just you were going to wake up and it was going to fall into your hand or just already be sitting there? Well, yes, that is possible. I do know that is possible. However, the painter doesn't just hit one stroke and now the whole canvas is done. And likewise, like this life is not about just instant gratification as much as they would like us to think it is. It's about the journey, not the destination. So you've been shown a destination. Now it's about journeying to that destination. Okay. So I see intuitively that you received the spark of inspiration on which way to move, on what to create. Okay. And I intuitively see that this card from the Akashic Tarot is going to show us more about where you're headed, like where you're headed. Where are you headed in this? You're headed somewhere. You're traveling lightly. You're going somewhere. And creativity this has to do with creative energy. Okay. So this is about somebody here who is been traveling this road alone and they're looking to create effective partnerships, okay? Effective partnerships, whether those be romantic, business, friendship, or otherwise. Somebody here, they have a clean slate and they're looking to what they want to fill their life in with, right? Somebody here has sold all their products and now it's time to create some more products. There's something along these lines. How we talk about the umbrella energy. How does that feel in your personal experience? Your own intuition was invited to the party, and that's why. So let's see. We have the lookout coming out. This ship is burning. Where you're headed? Oh, look at there's somebody here who's standing on the mast of a ship that's about to go down, and it's a little tiny figure, but his hand is to his mouth. And it's like he's calling out for help. Somebody is calling out for help. His clothes look clean. So he's dressed clean, which is saying his presence, his presentation, the way he's presented himself is clean. But that ship is going down. It's on fire. There is a fire. Help is on the way. The ship is sinking, but you're not dressed for a drowning. You're dressed for, I heard, for salvation. Hallelujah. You're dressed, okay, and there was a call for help. Somebody here, it's almost as if somebody here stumbles onto the situation or somebody's on a sinking ship, right? What does that sinking ship represent? Somebody's on a sinking ship. They're calling out for assistance. They're looking for some assistance. Somebody just they follow this creative spark to go, and boom. Oh shit, look at that. Oh, let me see. I think this person's going to get in there and help. We'll see what comes out. It seems like this person has got some sort of assistance to offer to the other one here who's on this sinking ship. Let me see. I put some little notes here. If you know me, I have no problem writing on my cards. So it says a challenging situation, a fall or loss of position, have a backup plan, temporary, and stay balanced. Oh, somebody's being called to a situation, but it's temporary. It's a temporary situation. And with the fire, it's a temporary passion. Somebody has a passion, but it is temporary. It was okay. And then we did talk about that spark of passion, of love that comes up in us when we look at a person and we say, oh my God, they're so handsome. They're so beautiful. They're so blah, blah, blah. Why am I attracted to that type of thing? Well, there's something here about a spark of creativity in that's coming out. Let's get some more. What cards do we want to use next? Okay. So I'm being shown this archetype deck, and we'll put a card up here. Show me what is this spark of creativity about in this situation here with the lookout. Okay, let's see. What do we have? What is the spark of creativity? It's like, what's the purpose of it? What are you supposed to go do there? So we've already identified that it feels like love. So what are you supposed to do when it feels like love? Oh, you're supposed to love. Does that mean you're supposed to have sex? No. Does that mean that you're going to get married? No. Does that mean that you're going to learn something of value? Absolutely, every single time. And once in a while, it's some of that other stuff too. So sometimes there'll be sex. Sometimes ones will get married. There is nothing wrong with that. That's okay when it's sustainable. But what was I saying last night? Is somebody wants seafood on their plate and somebody don't like seafood. And somebody wants meatball and spaghettis on their plate and they're putting seafood on their plate. And then they get pissed off at the seafood because it's not spaghettis and meatballs. But why did you put seafood on your plate? So sometimes in romance, is that what it is? Some come together here. Somebody's coming together. There's a spark there. But you wanted spaghetti and meatballs, and this person is seafood. They are what they are. Allow them to be what they are. Accept them being what they are. There is a reason for the spark. And sometimes it's as simple as the spark you had is to help you identify what you want and what you don't want. Because if you don't know what you don't want, you can't know what you do want. Interesting the way that works out. Okay, what is this creativity that is here? What's this creativity? And what's this spark? I feel the creativity and the spark energy is linked. So what is it? Show me what that is for you, for the ones watching for the tribe. Okay. And it's the box. And look at how it landed itself in reverse. Get outside of the box. Get outside of the box. One of my stand-ups that I did when I did an open mic, some of y'all know that for a while I was real hot on open mic sessions. I'm talking 3 and 4 to 5 and 6 nights a week at a different open mic session here in Vegas. And so with that open mic, talked about, it's like your whole life you've been living in the box that others want you to fit in. Mom and dad want you to do this, and grandparents want you to do that, and then your friends want you to do this, and your boss wants you to do this, and you're in the box of what everybody wants you to do. And it's something about, you peek your head out of the top of that box and you say, oh shit, there's so much more out there. There's so much more out there. So much more out there. Interesting. And then this card now, like I said, this person's looking out. So is this that you have completely removed yourself, and now this rubbish bin over here looks like a box that you've completely walked out of. And I'm hearing in the box is just nothing more than a memory of what used to be. Memories all alone in the darkness, as what I heard. Okay, I don't even know if those are the lyrics to Memories. Sang that in middle school, but don't recall the lyrics. Okay, somebody, did you sing that in middle school too? If you did, I heard 500 points for you. Now, memories of what the box was like, and then boom, there's a spark of a connection, because this person with this sinking, burning ship is ready to get out of the box. And this energy is saying it's time to get out of the box. So the purpose of this experience is get out of the box. Whether that box is one's own level of awareness or one's own perception. So that to get out of the box, you have to be aware that you're in the box, right? Yeah. Somebody didn't know they were in a fucking box. Somebody didn't know how boxed in their perspective was. And it's interesting, at the center of this box is a dot. And right now it's looking like a period. No, not your menstrual, girl. I'm talking about a dot that you put at the end of a sentence that closes down the energy, defines it, and solidifies it. Ooh. A period instead of a question mark. What does a question mark do? It opens up the flow of energy to lead you to a new point, to lead you to a new decision, to lead you to a new solidity. But for that, there's got to be a question, a flow of energy where you go up and around and then back down. So you consider higher perspective from an all-encompassing point of view as you go around. See the shape of the question mark, right? And then you come down to a new conclusion. This is a period that is within the confines of this space. There's been a statement that was very confining. I had a conversation with somebody last night who was so adamant that you could not change your circumstances, that things outside would always be the way that they were. And all I could keep saying to him was, that's a very interesting perspective, because I was not going to get in an argument with this man. And it was interesting because at the end of the day, I cannot even begin to tell you the words he spoke, so many. He still ended up at the point where at the end, where I was saying, which was, but it was so hard to hear for him to grasp, because he had two energies within him. One energy accepted that he had power to change things in his world. The other energy inside of him was like, nope, the world is the way it is. People are the way they are. And there's nothing you can do about any of it. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that very boxed in perspective, because that's all that perspective is doing, is putting boxes. But if I'm made of the same thing that all this other stuff is made of, and I've got that energy in me that keeps the atoms from becoming bombs, then I got power, baby. If that is what I am made of, I have this divine energy in what I am. I am that. I am. Okay. So shift is possible. I hear, so shift is possible. But perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. So there's something here I'm just hearing now about, watch what statements you've been saying and putting a period on. You've been putting some periods on some powerful statements that are keeping you boxed in. Well, you know, it's tough. I need to do this so I can have that. Don't like it, but I got to do this so I can get that. And where is that true for you? And where can you flip that into, what else can I do to achieve the same outcome in a better way, in a happier way? What else can I do? What other perspective is there here for me to see? How can I get out of the box in this idea? In my mind, I think this happens this way. How can I get out of the box from that? I heard just in asking a question and being open to the perspective that there's another way that things could happen that you have not seen is a huge deal. I'm hearing that's a huge deal. It could be very life-changing. And I'm hearing an affirmation. I am open to the numerous, thank you, to the innumerable possibilities that the universe holds for my bliss in this, is the way I'm hearing it, okay? I'm open to the numerous possibilities, the innumerable, the infinite. I am open to the infinite possibilities that the universe holds for me in this, and they're like, go get a card, make another card. So here we are. Let me get a card. Okay. So we're going to make that right here with you. Okay. I am open to the infinite possibilities. I hear this reality holds for me. If you're going to put a period on something, put a period on something that opens possibility for us is one thing I'm hearing. Okay, so, and it's like, leave that card on the table now. Okie dokie then. All right, I'm feeling from the alchemy card deck. Let's get some energy from the alchemy deck. This is sort of a guidance how to put that all into work for us. Okay, let's see, what do we have? How we can alchemize this situation. How we can work with our spiritual energy in this experience. Why do we want to work in the spiritual energy? So many times, they're showing, so many times people want to apply Roundup to the weeds. So many times people want to, just cut it off. But the thing is, when you cut it off, the root is still there. If you just apply some sort of deadening effects to the exterior, like the core is still there. When we can alchemize the situation, we shift its energy at the core. We shift its energy at the core. So this is about shifting the energy at the core so that the plant can, so this is like planting a new seed, uprooting what was there, putting it in the rubbish bin. I'm hearing clearing the land to plant a new crop. Okay. Coming out of the box, out of the box thinking. I'm hearing out of the box thinking. So many of our ideas are limited to what everybody else has seen and experienced before us. What's the common belief? What's normal, with air quotes around it? What's normal? And I'm hearing, we're talking about out of the box in this. We want you to see things in another perspective, which is what you truly want. You're actually wanting another perspective. In your frustration for what you know of how solutions come about in your experience, what you're actually looking for is another method. I'm hearing another method, an alternative technique. I'm hearing an alternative technique, okay, to accomplish your goal. And if you could do it from the core. So as a human living on Earth, we live in a world, our universe is based off frequency. So when we can get in tune with the frequency, that's the core. That is the core. And the creativity card here now looks like this is a frequency set. This is a frequency set. That will draw together the co-creative components that are calling. And now that fire just shifted in my intuitive eye to being a passion. So where you have passion, it's almost like, how when there's a fire, everybody can see where it's at, right? Fire representing passion right now is talking about where you set that fire. Your spirit is guiding you towards it. You set the fire. You set the passion. You said, I want this to happen in my life. I choose this for myself. This is what I prefer. This is what I choose to see for me. And in that, like, spirit will be ever faithful with that Hierophant card there and holding that passion. This fire is, in this experience, it's not a sinking ship going down, but what it is, the way they're channeling this through right now is that passion that's going to call you forward, okay? And they're going to guard that passion until you get there. They'll guard that passion until you get there. So when you institute in yourself the desire for something more on a spiritual level, it's done, it's already done. Your physical world is going to call you to that, okay? But you got to be open to see the infinite possibilities of that the reality holds for you, okay? I am open to the infinite possibilities the reality holds for me. Okay. How can we alchemize this situation? How can we use our ability to transmute energies to benefit ourselves in this situation? Please and thank you. We have one card. Sky Daddy. Thank you. Okay. Sublimation. So imprinting, sublimation, because I used to work in screen printing and stuff, screen printer manufacturing. I was an account executive there. So when we would order products with sublimation, it's like, this shirt is sublimated. It's got a print all over the entire fabric. This is a sublimation print, as opposed to a spot print. This is a sublimation print. Okay, so if you can see that. So there's something here. It's like your whole experience, your entire physical experience has a print over it. Interesting. Recognize who, so yesterday I was telling somebody, if you watch the show, you begin to learn how to read your world. Your entire experience, is like a sublimation print. And now I'm seeing the scene from the Matrix where they look at the computer screen and you just see all the dots and the numbers going, right? Your entire human experience is a sublimation print. Your life in this universe is a sublimation print. Across over everything is a pattern. It's a pattern in your life. When you begin to realize those patterns, you're going to see more. I'm hearing that you will see more as you look at the patterns. What are the patterns in your experience? What are the patterns in your life? Understanding those holds an important key. Understanding those holds very valuable keys of knowledge, very valuable keys of knowledge. The Hierophant has the keys to the kingdom. The Hierophant has the keys to knowledge and wisdom, the keys to spirit. Okay, so yeah, there's a pattern in life. When you can see that pattern in life, so there's this overall picture, right? And smack dab in the center of it, we have this open sky perspective. The bird flies high and everything becomes centralized. Okay. This is the point where you understand the pattern in your life. Before that can happen, this sublimation pattern is all over everything. When you realize that this point is a point of realization of what that pattern means, and then what? The bird flies. As you see the pattern for what it is, you're able to fly. So there's something coming through right now that I'm seeing about having realized a pattern in a specific experience. You're deciding what to focus on, which will remove your attention from certain things, okay? Which will remove your attention from certain things that perpetuate a pattern that you would like to shift in your life, okay? So I can't change the pattern on the shirt that I'm wearing, but I can change the shirt that I'm wearing, can I not? Okay, so there's something here about that. Yeah, can't change a pattern on the shirt that I'm wearing, but I can change the shirt that I'm wearing. Somebody here threw away the old shirt they were wearing. Somebody threw away the old patterning of their life because they got a spark to come out of the box. They're doing something different. As a matter of fact, I heard now they're going to burn the whole shirt up. Like, I've never putting that shirt on again. And then I see somebody cutting up the pattern of their life with scissors. Okay, interesting. And then they'll have tattered fragments all around where if you burn it up with fire, the destruction is complete. So there's something here about a permanent shift versus a shift where you still see the remnants, a shift. So there's a difference in shifting in a way where you're still seeing the remnants and the bits and pieces of what was versus the pattern of switching to a whole new pattern. I'm hearing versus switching to a whole new pattern where what was is completely uncreated and destroyed by fire. And then now a scripture is coming to mind by fire. The metal is refined by fire, refined as if by fire. That's the scripture. It says refined as if by fire. All right. Now the fire is coming through as a challenging experience. So there's challenging experiences. that help you get out of the box that has closed you in, to open yourself up to the possibilities, the infinite possibilities that this reality holds for you, so you can put on a new pattern, wear a new, dress yourself in a new attire, baby. Put on some new clothes. Put on some new clothes. The 9 kites. 9 is a card that speaks to me. First off, it's reflecting back to the Hermit of the Tarot in the major arcanas. Okay, so I see the Hermit energy here. 9 is a number of philanthropy. It's a number of esoterics. It's a number of deeper study. And within the 9 is contained all things. So with the kites, there's something here about the complete understanding of everything that came before. Yeah, the understanding of the patterns that were before are taking you out of the box that you've known. In other words, you're crouching into, what does the word crouching mean? Is that a real word? Let me just look at this for a moment. One moment. Crouching. I want to see if that's a real word, because that's the way it came out of my mouth. Crouching. No, crouching comes up. Interesting. Okay. It's saying, what does crouch mean? Okay, crouch, to stoop or bend low with the arms and legs close to the body. Instead of crouching, you're expanding, you're not bending low. Interesting, because to stay inside of the box, you have to crouch. Crouching. You have to stoop or bend low with the arms and legs close to the body. To get in the box, you've got to stoop or bend low with the arms and legs close to the body. One moment, please. I can't pause this video because it's being recorded live. Why are you crying, grandson? What's going on? Princeton, keep your hands and feet to yourself. Come on, sit on this side. I'm live right now. Come over here, Quentin. Hands and legs to self, Princeton. Watch it, boy, because I'm going to be done here. When I'm done, I'm coming for you. Okay, I'm back. Interesting. So there's a period of time. Remember in the beginning of the reading, I said everything happens here for a reason. The boys are crouched on the sofa. One of them kicked the brother. I'm coming for him. But I ain't going to do that right now live on the show. I got important things to. So there's something here about when people are crouching, sometimes they and sometimes they purposefully just be kicking on each other because they all crouch down in the same fucking box. Get your own space. Get out of the goddamn box. Everybody kicking each other. I'm getting crabs in the barrel energy. Crabs in the barrel energy. And when everybody's all trying to be crouched down in the same box. Oh, it's easy to punch and kick on folks. Keep your damn hands to yourself. And if they don't keep their hands to themselves, don't sit there so they can do it again. So I go out of the room. They both sitting on the same. I got a big ass sofa out there. Big ass sofa. It's a 6-piece sectional. They sitting in the same little tiny section of the sofa. And Quinta just got kicked. Why he didn't get his ass up and move away? Sit there so they can kick you again? Is that what you want to do? You want to sit there in the same spot so they can just kick you again? Because y'all crabs in a barrel trying to do the same damn thing, stuck in the box, not even thinking about, hold on, there's a big ass sofa. Let me go to the other side of the sofa. He can't reach me from here. I got room to expand. I can get out of this box where I'm being abused, where I'm being physically violated, where I'm being violated in any type of way. Fuck this victimization shit. Let me get out of here. I'm not going to sit here and be a victim. I'm going to move myself somewhere else where I don't need to see this pattern. Oh, Lord, I love the way this happens. Don't you just love the way this happens? Yeah. Even the children and their shenanigans can come out in this reading as guidance. I mean, it's always been that way. They used to be little babies crawling around, sitting in my arms when I do the show. They're a little bit bigger now. So the way they come through the show is a little bit different. And then the cards, look at the spark. Princeton had the spark. Interesting, because Princeton is the one that just kicked his brother. So, okay, so here it is. Some people are taking the spark, instead of removing themselves from the box, they're saying, you get out of my box. This is my box. That's what Princeton just did. He kicked his brother. He kicked his brother because they were both trying to sit on the same little square of sofa when there were 5 others available. Caused pain to his brother. For what? There was no reason. Either one of them could have got out of that box. So now this feeling is like, do we have individuals who are trying to fit in the same space, but they just are not wanting to be in that confine anymore anyways? It's like there's a restrictive experience. There's a restrictive experience that's dying to break free. Inside that experience, the longer you stay in that experience, the more you find yourself violated. The more you stay in that experience, the more you find yourself violated, is what's coming through. So you want to get out of that violation, you got to get out of the fucking box. Dude, if they kicked you once while you're sitting inside, either you get out of the box, or in Prince's case, he's trying to kick his brother out the box. Not cool. Now there's consequences and repercussions. Well, I tell Prince, I'm going to get him when I'm done. So here's the thing. Everybody every day is writing a check. And one of these days, your ass is going to cash that check. See, here's the thing. I love both of my grandsons. But I don't like nobody putting hands on my grandsons. Not even my grandsons. You understand what I'm saying? I met a man with 16 children one time. And he was Muslim, and we were having a conversation about belief, because I, at this point, was not related in any religion, and still to this day, I do not identify with any of those labels, spiritual, new age, or traditional religious. And the man was talking about God, and God don't like this, and God don't like that. I said, well, listen to this. You say you got 16 children at home? He said, yeah. I said, so how would you feel if you came home to find that your children had beat up on one of your other children because he was doing something wrong? Would that make you be happy? He said, no, I'm the dad. I'll take care of it. Exactly. It is not our job to punish other people. Let daddy do it. Who daddy? Sky daddy. Or let the universe do it. It's not your job to punish them. It's your job to make sure they don't do it to you again. In other words, Quentin, with his little sweetheart, knew better than to hit his brother back. He didn't kick his brother back or nothing. But what he didn't do was just as bad, was he didn't move his ass out of the way. He didn't remove himself from the situation so it wouldn't happen again. He needed some guidance for that. Somebody here, you have been such a fucking sweetheart. Oh, you're such a sweetheart, baby. You let them kick you. You didn't even kick them back. But you're still sitting there so they can do it again? What the fuck? Get your ass out of there. Why are you going to let them do it again? Are you enjoying being a victim? Are you enjoying that pattern? Some patterns need to be discarded into the rubbish bin, honey. If you want another experience, can't sit there in this experience. Get the fuck out. Okay. Sometimes we need guidance on that. So with this 9 of Kites, it's like all the evidence is guiding you. Your awareness of all the evidence you've seen is guiding you, showing you like, dude, if you stay here, this little motherfucker will probably kick your ass again. All my women and men who are in physically abusive situations, there is no fucking reason for anybody to beat you. Do you hear me? Loud and clear? Is that loud and clear? I don't care what you say to somebody. I had an ex who funny enough, tried to convince me that it never happened, who didn't like the truth coming out of my mouth and thought that it was okay for her to push me to the ground. Next thing I do, carry all her shit right out my door. Oh, you don't want to leave? Here, let me help you. I'll put all your shit outside for you. Get the fuck out. Get out of my box. You will not stay in my box putting your hands on me because you don't like what I said. You now acting like my little grandson. Congratulations. You big fucking baby. It's a big baby energy that feels like they have to push somebody else down. Ooh, and why does this got to come out? I know, but for whatever reason, it needs to come out right now. Like, When I was probably about 4 years old, I have this very vivid memory of wanting to know what it felt like to hit somebody, because I've been hit so many times in my life as a child. I was spanked a lot at home. So there was a kid who was smaller than me. He was a baby, probably about 2 years old or something like that, sitting on the swing. Why would there no adults around? Let's not even get into that discussion because that's going to take me off topic. But I remember wanting to know what it felt like to hit. What it felt like to hit somebody, because I'd been hit so much. So I pulled that baby off the swing and I hit that baby. I spanked the baby once on the booty. And oh my God, when I was done, I felt like shit. I took off running. I went home. And ever since a little kid, I had the realization, like, I don't like domestic violence. I don't like hitting people. And I have hit people. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't play fight. I don't know how to play fight. And I know that I have potential for great anger inside of me. And anytime I have hit people, it takes so much to push me to the point where I feel like I need to resort to domestic violence, because I don't care for it at all. When are you going to realize that that's not your lifestyle? For somebody here, that's not your lifestyle. If you're not that way, you should not be tolerating others treating you that way. So sometimes we get so confined with the idea of what it means to be light, to be loved, that we forget that we're supposed to love ourselves first as the first gift that God gave us in this life. And we allow ourselves to be mistreated. In other words, we stay on that same little fucking same square sofa with the person who wants to be an asshole and kick us, when there's no good reason to fucking put your hands or feet violently on another person. If you're going to put your hands on somebody, give them a hug, give them a massage. If you're going to put your feet on somebody, my dad coming through. Can you walk on my back? No, please don't walk on my back. That's not for me. Feetsies is okay sometime, but no, you just don't do that. Most people don't like feet at all, much less getting kicked. Point is, if somebody is violating you, at one point, did your light turn dark to make you decide that it was okay for you to stay there? Time to get out. Open up to infinite possibilities the reality holds for me. Now, for some of us, this is not abuse from another, but this is a self-abusing pattern of thought. And this 9 of kites energy. For some of us, this is a self-abusing pattern of thought that's been repeating itself, leading us to this very blocked off experience. When are we going to throw away that pattern of thought that doesn't benefit us, behoove us, that doesn't serve our higher good, it doesn't even fucking serve our pleasure, man. It just serves us shit. Why? When is somebody going to stop going to the buffet and putting shit on their plate that they don't like to eat? You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of energy I'm getting here. And there's a spark. There's a spark of awareness coming through here today. So let's see what else. What's the energy for the download today? Let's get some more cards popping here. I ain't done. I ain't done yet. I ain't done talking. I got more voice in me. I got more words coming through. I've got more to deliver here to you. What is the most valuable message? Sky Daddy, what you want to say to the love and peace and happiness? Try it today. What's the message? I hear you coming through, girl. She said, 'cause I just got to be free. Free. And I just got to be me. Yes. Okay. So you got to be free. You got to be you. This getting kicked for being you, that's not cool. If they're kicking you for being you, then maybe they're just not in tune with you. When are you going to accept that? And just, I heard, but I love them. Well, love them from where the fuck they're at. You don't need to be in their presence. Woo! And I heard this. You don't need to be in their presence to love them, because, all the people who follow the religion and follow the Pope, they don't know the Pope personally hand to hand, and they don't see the Pope every day, but they still follow the command. In other words, if you love somebody, that's fine, but that doesn't mean that loving them means that you have to have them in your physical experience. It doesn't mean that loving them means you have to tolerate their abuse. It doesn't mean that loving them grants them access to you even. Do you hear what I am saying to you? Not even your love for them grants them automatic access to you. It does not have to. You have in the past. As a matter of fact, your love for them has allowed them to just repetitively violate you, or your love for where you're trying to sustain has allowed you to repeatedly repeatedly belittle yourself, deprive yourself, put yourself in a situation that you know you was not being respected in. There's no need for tolerating disrespect. And if you have any level of maturity in you, regardless of what a person says, there's never a good excuse or reason to put your hands or feet on another person. When in fact, well, most of us left unprovoked would never put our hands or feet violently against another person, is what I'm hearing. Let's see what's the download message here today. And it says rebirth, the 10 of Swords energy. Yeah. Come out of the box. It's like you're being tempted to come out of the box. That's what I see in the image. The box is gone. Keep following this path. And the box is gone. Keep following this path. It takes courage to do this. It takes courage. It takes courage to go where no you has ever gone before. No version of you has gone here before. It takes courage to go here. It takes courage to go there. Okay. Let's get something else from this handmade oracle deck, the ones that are already finished. What is the download message that I'm to deliver here? Give me something. Okay. Let's see what we got. Are we going to use all of them? I heard no, just the one on the top. Immortal Technique. Oh, wow. We just wrote this live on the show recently. Immortal Technique. Okay. This is a technique. Look, Immortal Technique, and it's even where I put it, it goes with this. I am open to the infinite possibilities this reality holds for me. So this is an immortal technique. I heard you could become immortal. You could become immortal instead of confined to that box. When you realize that you are immortal, holding on to the confines of this physical reality will become less of less importance to you. There's something about here, the spiritual approach. Okay, yeah, something about the spiritual approach. It's an immortal technique. This AlPHtarot is screaming at me. We're going to use the AlPHtarot, and we're going to get into an actual spread now. So let's see what we have. Let me start shuffling this thing out and see what else channels through for us for today's download. All right. The AlPHtarot, we haven't used this one on the show for a little while. Oh, I got a backwards card. That was the Knight of Pentacles. It was backwards as I pulled the deck out. Okay, what's the download message today? They want, okay, connecting the body and the body, connecting the body, heart, and mind, connecting the body and the spirit, connecting the heart, mind, and the body, connecting the heart, mind, and heart, connecting the heart, mind, and the spirit, connecting the spirit and the body, connecting the spirit, heart, and mind, and connecting the spirit and the spirit. One for the body, one for the heart, one for the mind, one for the spirit. Divine truth. Let me see, speak, and hear it with accuracy, clarity, and simplicity for my beloved brothers and sisters of humanity, for their highest, lightest, and brightest good, for their overall love, peace, health, wealth, and empowerment. Okay. Thank you for your love donations. Thank you for choosing me for your personal reading. Thank you for giving this video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing the channel and this video with somebody. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for your memberships. Let's go into this. You're showing up as the Ace of Swords. And the truth shall set you free. You found it, baby. You found the truth. You know the truth. You got that download. You got that epiphany. You know it. I know, like I know, like I know, like I know. The Ace of Swords doesn't talk about belief. The Ace of Swords does not talk about hope. The Ace of Swords talks about knowing. Do you know what I'm saying? The Ace of Swords talks about knowing. Now, here's the thing with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, it's a blade. It's a blade, and it cuts both ways. So with this knowing, false ideas that you believed, cut off. False hopes that you held, cut off. Because you now know something. Ooh. I hope you felt that the way I felt that, because that was a very intense feeling. Now you know, so those things that you once believed, you know the truth. There's no belief, there's a knowing. Those things that you hoped, some of that shit is cut off because, yeah, no. I know the truth now. Okay, I know. What's crossing you? The Nine of Wands. You know that that box is a blockage. You know that that box is confining. You know that, interestingly enough, I've never seen this card this way. You know that I heard, it's too crowded in this fucking box. It's too crowded in this box. I just got this download of somebody's experience very strongly. You're living with another person and there's not enough space for you to all live together. The personalities, you got two dominant personalities or two victim mentalities. You got one person who's more victimized than the other. So one person who's more victimized than the other. Both living in the box. That's not a healthy space, because in there somebody is being violated. And that person who's been allowing themselves to live the victimization, I see him and he's standing there and he's looking to me like, I got to find a way to get the fuck up out of here. I can't keep doing this. The truth. Somebody here knows the truth. Somebody said something to exert. I'm also seeing it. Somebody here said something to exert their dominance in a situation where somebody else is in their box. So what if the box is this person's? Well, this is my fucking box. If you don't like what I'm doing, get the fuck out. Or this person is like, this is my box, and how dare you try to come into my box and tell me how it's supposed to be. If you don't like it in my box, get the fuck out. Or are they both in a box and somebody's like, oh shit, over there, past him. It's past him. He's looking past him, even though it looks like he's looking at him. I see this experience as well. Somebody's saying, we're all in this box, but you know what? I'm tired of being hurt from being in this box. I see another possibility, and it's beyond. It's like, I got to look beyond you to see it. Ooh. Let's see what else is there below. Eight of Swords. Yeah. The truth. It's like, in this Eight of Swords, I see like this lady here who's tied up. She has been focused on, how the fuck do I shift this? How do I get out of this position? And somebody says, oh, well, I found out that, all you got to do is cut these ropes right here and you're free. Okay. Here, would you like me to cut these ropes for you? So this person is here delivering a truth with that sword that frees this woman from the binds to these other ideas that she has been stuck to. Okay. So there's a truth being proclaimed. There's a truth being spoken that is liberating somebody from a situation where, honestly, they could have got out of there. Those bonds weren't that tight. And if those straps, those cords, those bindings were tied to a sword, I mean, all it would have taken was some strategic wiggling, and she could have got herself out of that situation. However, there's somebody here, possibly just a passerby, who is saying, oh, the ship is going down. Oh, you're tired of standing there tied up. Well, guess what? It's this easy to be free. Because you just got to be free. Is that right? Okay. Well, listen, it's this simple. Let me help you out. I'm going to tell you some truth. I'm going to put some truth on this. I'm going to use my sword to cut through some deception here. Now, whether you allow yourself to be bound up to these ideas again or not, that's up to you. But for the moment, you're free from them. It's like, I can give it to you, but what you going to do with it? I could give it to you, but what? Okay. Behind you, you have the Knight of Pentacles. You've been focused on life purpose energy. I did say life purpose energy before. As a matter of fact, that card, the traveling lightly with the rubbish bin, very much to me coincides with the energy that the Knight of Pentacles always speaks to me. Because the Knight of Pentacles moves slowly and strategically and thoughtfully. And the Knight of Pentacles will always choose something related to what's that goal. Now, I've talked on the channel before, when I read Pentacles, I see them like a video game, because the pentacle, the star in that pentacle, it shifts and it changes to whatever you're focused on in that time. And it's like, if you could hold the vision to that same thing long enough, the longer you hold the vision to that same thing without letting that pentacle shift so much, it gets brighter and brighter until it finally unlocks and emerges in your physical existence. Okay. I hear intuitively, the part that presents a resistance there is that so many times the vision we're holding has a name and a face and a title. That's where we fuck ourselves up, because we're making that vision related to the outside. What that vision is most beneficially held as is the feeling as it pertains to you. Not the who delivers the feeling or how it's delivered, but what the feeling is that you choose to feel. That's the most advantageous way. And then the other thing about the Knight of Pentacles is, although he might move slow, he will rid himself of all the rubbish in order to continue on his path with what matters most. Like that guy carries his banjo there, and he carries his vision in front of him. And it's even coming through that pentacle he's holding up there in front of himself is coming through like a sensor that is reacting to the beacon. Now, remember I said Spirit's going to hold that burning passion place for you, and you'll be called to it. Yeah, that pentacle, that vision, that feeling. And now I hear, I can't fight that feeling deep inside of me. I don't know the rest of the lyrics to that song, but if you know it, hey, that's for you. But it's like holding that, it's calling him towards that experience of fulfillment. One of the things that every card reader says out there about this Knight of Pentacles is he always meets his goal. Because anything that comes up as an obstacle, as a blockage, as a deterrence to that, he will quickly move away from it, allow it to leave, allow it to go. Yes. Okay. Yeah, he will allow it to go. What's above? The Queen of Cups. On the mind. In the mind space, above you. Are you thinking about a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces feminine energy? Are you thinking about that download that you receive? Are you thinking about that intuitive calling? Yeah, I hear yeah. You are receptive in the mind. When you say, I am open to the infinite possibilities this reality holds for me, you are mentally receptive to see more beyond the surface. The Queen of Cups sees beyond the surface. She holds that cup that is closed, yet she knows what's inside of it. So you're open to see more than what you have seen before. You see more than the physical reality holds. You see the energy behind a situation. And you're in receptive mode. The Queen of Cups, she's our queen of receptivity. She receives. She allows herself to feel. She allows herself to know things, to learn things. I heard, how teachable are you? When the teacher presents itself, the student will present itself. And when the student presents himself, the teacher presents himself. How teachable are you? If you say you know everything, what are you doing here? You have no business here. Because this isn't a place where we know everything. This is a place where we're ready to learn whatever else we didn't know, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. And when you realize that happens over and over again, you know there's always more knowing for you. What else will you learn today? How teachable are you? You're ready to learn. You're ready to receive. You're in receptive mode. You're mentally receptive. You're intellectually processing the spiritual information that you received before taking action, I hear. About going beyond. I hear about going beyond in this immortal technique. Okay. I heard this is the technique of the immortals. Okay. Somebody's favorite rapper is Immortal Technique. What is the future card is the Queen of Swords. Future card is the Queen of Swords. Oh, interesting. Look the way she's looking up that butterfly up there at the tip. As she can see beyond what was in the physical realm, because she can sense the energy of it. With her intellectual perception, she sees the beginning of the transformation. That butterfly at the tip of the sword is saying, I am aware of the beginning of the transformation. Are you aware of the beginning of the transformation that has come as you have steadily continued to choose a specific path related to your purpose, related to your ultimate goal? All right. Let's see what you're doing, what actions you're taking in this. King of Wands. The actions you're taking is that you're taking action. You're taking inspired action. Kevin Trudeau said in Your Wish is Your Command, which you could listen to on YouTube if you wanted to look that up. Kevin Trudeau, Your Wish is Your Command. It's a very long playlist. Enjoy it. But he said in there that the elites teach their children and are aware that all creation is 99% thought and 1% action. When the elite take action, it is action that is inspired and aligned because they focus first. They focus first. And when it's time to act, they act because the synchronicity shows up. The butterfly sits at the top of the sword. The transformational moment is at hand, and there's a conscious awareness of it. Although the truth has been perceived, although the truth of the situation has been perceived energetically, spiritually. When it's time to act in the physical world, the synchronistic sign, the synchronistic catalyst shows up saying, now is the time to do that. So some of you belittle yourself and berate yourself because this beautiful idea, you've just been procrastinating on it. Well, here's the thing. When you have the world, the New Age community also has this saying, when in doubt, leave it out. And what they're saying is, if the energy is not fully aligned, then don't. Then just don't. The universe is here saying when the energy is aligned is your moment of fortune, your moment of opportunity. That little gecko in his hand, he's got a fortunate moment to take action. That's what you're doing. You're sitting in your spot, being in tune with the energy of when is my fortunate moment? When is it time? What's my advantageous move to break out of this box? I'm not going to get kicked anymore. So in the physical world, this looks like a person who is waiting for the perfect moment to leave an abusive relationship. In the perfect moment, this is a person who's waiting for the perfect moment and the experience to unfold, okay, where they're getting the gumption. Maybe it doesn't look perfect because the outside reality doesn't, it's not like the perfect job shows up, but the perfect moment shows up when they're inspired to take action. That's going to line them up with the perfect job. But let's see what's in the environment here. The Hermit. And the Hermit right now is looking like that fiery passion that the Spirit calls you to. And it's like only you can do this with the Hermit. We talked about the Hermit energy a little bit here with this Nine of Cups. With the Hermit in your environment, there's a light shower. The Hermit has his own light and lights the path for others by holding up his own light. The path is lit for others as well. Somebody else is here lighting a path and you are seeing the path and you're like, oh shit, that's the path I wanted to be on. I'm going to go over there. I see that path. That's it. That's the path that I choose for myself. The path that you're choosing yourself is to recreate the pattern of your life by getting out of the box of what you thought was possible for you to move into something new because that old pattern is burning up. And you got a new passion calling you forward. There's a stronger desire that makes something else not, I mean, it's sustainable, but it hurts to sustain it. And the sustaining of it is like sitting there on that same little sofa and allowing yourself to get kicked again once you're being kicked. Fuck that. How you feel? I'm going to go get my own little square sofa. There's a whole nother square sofa over there for me to go sit on. I'm going to go sit over there by myself. I'm going to lift myself up out of this situation for my good luck and good fortune. And with that scarab beetle sitting there, the scarab beetle rolls the dung balls, and it represents for the Egyptians the rolling out of the new sun. You're saying, I feel like rolling out a whole new day. Yeah, somebody here feeling like rolling out a whole new day. Somebody here is feeling the call of a journey. Is that journey spiritual? With the Hermit, it's a very spiritual card. He holds the snake in his hand. He has the power to change energy. He has a power to change energy, because I'm seeing Moses, has he changed the staff into the snakes. Now, remember that the evil magicians also had the same ability to do it. The way the Bible tells the story, right? The evil magicians had the same ability to create the same shift, right? I'm hearing, but the energy they were harnessing it from was different. Interesting. The energy they're harnessing from is different. You're harnessing from a light heart. Somebody else is harnessing from a heart of destruction. Both. Oh, fuck. Okay. So sometimes we get confused about passion. Anger is passion. When you're angry, watch what you say. Anything you say when you're angry has huge power because it's filled with passion. So let all your pronouncements during your anger be those that are karmically pure for you. Watch your pronouncements when you are in a passionate state, because they are creating something, and they can create more confines, which most do. They get pissed off, and the shit that comes out of their mouth is nothing but shit that they spew. When you get pissed off about a reality and that voice comes through strong, because remember, God called forth all creation with his voice. He spoke it into existence. The voice is very powerful. Will you use your anger, your passionate voice, to pronounce over your life something that frees you from the box, that opens you up to the infinite possibilities of this reality for you? Or will you use that powerful voice to reinforce the previous pattern? Watch what you say when you're angry. And I'm hearing, especially you parents, especially those in authority over others. Watch what you say as you make pronouncements from a passionate energy, because those things have great force, and you can use it creatively or destructively. You can use your creative power for creation or destruction. You're angry about something. This is the perfect time to flip that energy. That's how you flip that energy all the way into a positive experience for yourself, into an experience of love for yourself. That's the perfect time to speak out into creation. What is that new reality that you want to create for yourself, because you're so angry about what was? Okay, that's coming through very strongly. That is immortal technique, baby. That's an immortal technique, baby. Do you hear? Who are you receiving the power of this message? Yes, yes, yes. And anything that doesn't allow that, would you like to uncreate and destroy on all time, space, and dimension? Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Somebody felt that energy. Okay. Result energy. 8 of Wands. Ooh, I heard, and you will launch more rockets of desire, more beautifully for yourself, as they are targeted and aimed towards your goal. It's okay to be mad. Ooh, and if you look at his face, oh, his face looks pissed. Look at his face. His face looks angry with this 8 of Wands. He's got his bow and arrow. The bow is pulled back. So this may feel like a setback, but it's pissing you off. Use that pronouncement. I'm a person of power and status. I am open to the infinite possibilities that please me. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am respected. I am admired. I am appreciated. Flip that energy. Feel the difference in saying those things versus saying, I'm so tired of these people disrespecting me. What's the point? Remember that the universe is hearing your subject matter. It is not necessarily hearing what you want to come out of the situation, but it is hearing the subject matter that you are pronouncing. So let the pronouncements be words of love and creation and what you would love to see more of in your life, in this world. You're pissed off about what the politicians are doing. Don't use your words to demean, belittle, berate. Use your words to replace what you're seeing with something more empowered. If you know that your words were creating your reality, you would speak your words with a lot more caution. You would speak your words more carefully, with more care indeed, more full of care. That's what you would do. That's what I see happening. Now, there's also something here about you're about to land on a bunch of arrows that you've shot. In other words, when you shoot an arrow, it lands somewhere in your future. This is something that we received new recently. Eventually, you'll catch up to where all those arrows landed, and you'll have that. Do you know it, though? Do you know it? It's a journey. It's all taking you there. And you're not just shooting one arrow. See how there are 8 wands? These are the arrows he's already shot before. They're all going to land nearly in front of him. You can see where one here is about to land right in front of his feet, right? And right after that one lands, another will hit. And a little further out, another will hit. If you see the trajectory they're on, keep shooting those arrows of desire. Keep shooting towards where you want to be in your energy, feeling that feeling, speaking those things out, because eventually you'll land there. It's funny, when I was years ago, when I would meet people and they would ask me where I lived, I lied about where I lived and I gave them cross streets. My silly ass should have used a different set of cross streets, because let me tell you, at some point I ended up living in 2 different residences on those cross streets. That was not a nice neighborhood. If I had known, now that I know what I didn't know then, if I lie about where I live again, I'm going to give myself a much prettier address. You hear me? Because I ended up living there. That's pretty simple. That's a pretty simple summation of what this reading is talking about. If you're going to lie to yourself about something, somebody is lying to themselves, they're going to change. You're lying to yourself. And they'll change, but they may not change the way you want them to. Somebody here, you lying to yourself, or you're lying to others about something. You're lying to others about something. You're lying to yourself about something. Interesting that the pronouncements of our mouth, the way they come into your reality, I want you to think about somewhere where you were playing jokes, talking shit, just messing around, and boom, you have the experience. Even watch those jokes you tell. I used to be very close friends with this lady who I still care for, but, we just kind of drifted apart. And she would always say, well, my money's funny. And guess what? Her money was always fucking funny. She thought that was a cute statement. She thought that was a cute statement. She also used to say, I love shiny shit. She had tons of shiny shit in her home, in her possession. What would happen if she talked about her money being fluid, being frequent? My money's frequent, instead of playing my money's funny all the time. How would that have changed her reality? Somewhere there's been something that we've been saying, pronouncing, using our voice for, and it's like, hold on, that's rubbish. Let me not bring that in. As a matter of fact, I'll replace it with something else. I see we have a 4-month tribe builder anniversary for Andrea. Thank you, Andrea. Okay, let's use the bottom of the deck here. The world, baby. I heard over and out, over and out. When you make those pronouncements, it's over and out. Make the pronouncements that makes the boxed in situation over and out. You hear? That ends the situation and takes you out of it. If you're going to make that pronouncement, let it be an over and out pronouncement, not a continuing to perpetuate the same program. Free your mind and the rest to follow. Okay. Yeah. And this is a final ending card with the rebirth. This is my final decision card. Speak the statements that take you over and out of the challenges, the difficulties. I am so tired of this. I'm so ready for this new resource. I'm so ready for these new opportunities. I'm so ready for all this beautiful stuff that is available for me. And when you're angry is the most important time to do that, because all those pronouncements, all those thoughts, when you're in anger, oh, they come with a pure power packed into it. Pure power packed into it. Flip that energy into your advantage. Wow. I feel intuitively that this reading is complete. I'm going to go ahead and do a Spanish version. So if you understand Spanish, I encourage you to return. We're going to get into your Alpha and Omega messages. If you have a membership badge next to your name, for whatever reason, Spirit said, let them all comment, but we only want you to address those with the membership badge. If you have a membership badge, you can put your personal request in. I'm going to go ahead and read your Alpha and Omega messages. If it's not in before I start singing, I'm out. Okay. And if you send your donation of at least $10 US, and I did see one come through, so I will go ahead and address that one while I'm live as well. If I find that before, I'll address it live now. If I don't, then you'll get a link sent with your reply. But yes, okay, let me see what we have for our Alpha and Omega messages first. It says, oh, interesting. It's Major Arcana number 5, which is the same as the Hierophant energy that we have here. Embrace those around you. This is a time of great spiritual growth for you, making it even more important to surround yourself with those who love you and share your beliefs. Be willing to accept help from others. You could find comfort in traditional solutions, or your heart may long to try out new ideas. Well, that sounds pretty much like everything that we talked about today. Let's see what the postcard from Spirit had. I love that we pull these first and read them last, and it's always perfect. Dear wonderful you, intimacy is scary sometimes. It means you have to let someone else get to know the real you, not the perfect, flawless mask you wear for others. No, it's time to reveal the cool one, the passionate one, the imperfect one that is totally you without artifice or walls. Without walls? Yes, you will be exposed and vulnerable for a time, but it will be so worth it. This is the only way you will know true closeness with others, and you will be able to also be close to Spirit and to us. There's amazing freedom that comes when you let go and just be yourself with another or a group. Release from the invisible bindings that keeps you from intimacy is truly empowering. So may we support you wholeheartedly in this choice. You will know yourself better, and we hope learn to love yourself as much as we do. Life is about who we are with others, so share it. You will be so glad you did, loving you so, so much. All right. That is the conclusion of the download message today. Some of you may resonate with some of the personal questions that come through. That's why I love doing them here live for you. I'm going to pull up my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, the deck I'm being guided to answer your personal questions right now. I'm going to start off with the one who sent me a $10 Cash App. Yes, thank you for valuing what I do enough to put $10 on it too. All of you who chose to send me love donations, and all of you who will, thank you so much. Random Oracle card pull, all deck for messages. Okay, I have this deck right here, so I'm going to pull you a Romance Angel Oracle, because that's what I was guided to. So what's the message for Malibu, please and thank you, for Malibu? What's the most valuable message you have for Malibu at this time? It says, you deserve love, you are lovable. And all the messages we just talked about, shooting those arrows, baby, and using that voice, they apply, because this lady's got that bow and arrow too. She's shooting an arrow. Use your voice. Let those intense emotions flow out of your vocal cords from a place of power to materialize through your voice, which the universe is responding to, that which you are ready and willing to receive in your life. I am worthy and deserving in love, and I am only accepting those opportunities that are in alignment with that, period. Ooh, that's a powerful period. Where in the past, I hear where in the past you would try and try and try and try and try and try to get the way it's coming through, to get milk from this lump of coal. Lumps of coal do not produce milk. I'm just having a very strong deja vu moment right now. So this is very much on your path. So you can't get milk from a lump of coal, baby. You want some milk? Go get you a cow or go get you a gallon of milk. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get from it what it has a capacity to deliver to you. So that's what we have. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have here. A general for Andrea. All right. What's the general message for Andrea? What's the general message for Andrea? Andrea, 2 cards flew out for you. You have the 7 of Wands. Persistence. A lot of people are there to try to take the position you have. You have a powerful position. Okay. And then the Ace of Pentacles here. It's and this is coming through, okay, with Temperance at the bottom of the deck. I heard it is okay for you to defend your position. It is okay for you to defend your body. It's okay for you to defend yourself. So there's something here about allowing others to push you. Yeah. It's okay for you to act in self-defense is what I'm hearing. It's okay for you to speak in self-defense. And you should be pronouncing blessed, safe, and protected in all places, in all my skin. Yeah, my skin. No matter where I'm at in my skin, I'm always blessed, safe, and protected. And when others confront you and try to challenge you and disrespect, yes, you should stand up for yourself. No, you should not be a pushover. There's that message there for you. All right. For Janine now, what's the general message for Janine? General message for Janine, please and thank you. For Janine, you have Temperance. Patience during your wait will prove your readiness. Okay, so you wanted something different for yourself. 6 of Pentacles. You wanted something different for yourself. Okay, and what you were investing your energy in. Yeah, it takes some time for that to show up in the physical realm. That energy must be solidified. So with you, there's this energy of be constant. Be constant with your focus. The more they're showing when I showed the Knight of Pentacles and how, as that pentacle, that point of focus is held, the focus is held there even longer. It becomes light, and then it's like it fills up with energy, and then it materializes. For you, that's the energy I'm getting. Hold that point of focus. Hold that point of focus, because it is materializing for you. You've been putting your energy into it. It will continue to grow. That's what I have for you all today. Let me get a personal message for me. What's the most valuable general message for me today, personally, just for me? What's the message for me? The Knight of Wands, and it's coming out in reverse. I don't have to chase a fucking thing. If it's meant for me, it will show up, because I am attracting. I have all the resources. I don't need to chase a fucking thing. That's what I'm getting. So I will not chase. I will allow. All right. Thank you for showing up today. Until next time, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. As in, love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time. 감사합니다. Gracias. Later, baby. And I'm out. Mwah.